Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where last episode we accidentally took some territory. It was not necessarily the goal, but it's completely fine. I mean, we are definitely okay with that. We're not really going to focus on taking territory until we get through this mission, of course, and we'll get into the next set of missions. That one is definitely more aggressive, and we'll get into that soon enough. For now, though, we are continuing to work on our economy, and we are nearly done with building our farming settlements for the fruits of Vasparakan. Again, my pronunciation in this region is awful. I have no idea how it's supposed to be pronounced, and I'm afraid it's not going to improve. Like, that's probably just going to become a running joke of this series. Like, anytime I'm, like, I mean, this isn't technically Eastern Europe, but I'm much the same way in Eastern Europe, right? Like, it doesn't go well. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that improves, but I kind of doubt it. We have enough gold at this point to get our farming settlement in the final location, and so we shall. So that is going to be this done. That's wonderful. Now, of course, we're going to need to get a city building in Thospia. That's going to be another 200 gold here, although that's already under construction. I keep forgetting about that, but this one over here is not. So this is going to be 200 gold. And we have about 10% of that right now, so that is completely fine. I love it. The Cappadocian throne, huh? Years ago, the Macedonian general Eumenes took over the kingdom of Cappadocia from its native dynasty, the Persian satrap Ariarthes. Yeah, this is not going to go well. We're going to go with Ariarthes. I keep wanting to drop this A, but that's not how it's spelled. During that time, Ariarthes' heir and nephew, also named Ariarthes, convenient, has been in our custody. Eumenes has since been ousted by Antigonos the One-Eyed, who has placed the region under the control of the Macedonian satrap Amintas. Amintas now stands alone and forgotten as Antigonos battles the other successor kingdoms in Egypt and Mesopotamia. Has the time come to send Ariarthes back to Cappadocia? We would gain 5 aggressive expansion for that. And that sounds like a thing to do. Like, our aggressive expansion right now is 7.9. Because we got the territory over here, but it is dropping. And I would like to have aggressive expansion just so we can take advantage of the monthly drop, right? So we'll give it a go. What could go wrong? Everything. Everything could go wrong. But we'll see. Should be fine, we hope. So that is down here, Cappadocia. Would they become like our vassal or something? He is indeed in charge. Uh-huh. That's interesting. They're in an alliance with Pontus. Cool. Sometimes, childhood forges friendships that last for a lifetime, and often, those friendships transcend the boundaries of family, class, and belief. It would appear that Gadana seems to be developing a strong bond with Artaxes of the Oroduni family. As any parent knows, there really isn't much we can do to stand between them. Interesting. Okay, so that... Hello, pause menu. So that is a thing that is going to be proceeding. Our stability is definitely improving, and we may want to consider changing a law somewhat soon. If we wanted to do that, we would bump down to Royal Guard. Royal Army requires great power status and has the invention cohorts. But again, I don't think that we're economically ready for a standing army. We need to continue to work on our economy. It is improving, but it's not perfect. It's not where we want it to be yet. That's for sure. But I do want to continue developing the economy, and overall, I want to think about advancing off to the north. This is all uncolonized areas over here. Oh, wow. I just realized that. I should have realized that sooner. That's uninhabitable there. So really, we'd have to push up on the coasts. But yeah, this is all uncolonized out here. That's actually huge. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Yep, that's kind of a medium-term goal. Okay, cool. A lot of growth to be had up there without really getting in trouble with any big boys. I like it. And by that point, we'll be a big boy ourselves. So no problem whatsoever there. Of course, we're going to want to move this up to a city just as soon as we can. We are currently short about 50 gold here. Technically, it's 76, but, you know, close enough. We're getting there. We are absolutely getting there. We're up to 14.11 income per month. That is certainly improving. So let's go into the macro builder here and take a look at some city buildings here. So if we were to build like libraries, we can see... I'm just checking here. Yeah, that would be the numbers that I'm looking for. So pop conversion speed, research, 0.001. Yeah, this isn't... This is fine, but we're mostly interested in building like this. That would be for the best. But for now, I don't want to spend that gold because I want to work our way through this mission as quickly as we can, and we need a lot of gold for that. Ooh. Our steward, a shot at a Mooney. Amatuni. I mixed those around. Okay, this is going great. I'll get used to these names eventually and have my own mangled pronunciation. This will smooth out, but it'll still be not correct, I'm sure. Our steward, a shot at Amatuni, has friends far outside our borders, often trying to use his network to take the advantage of our nation. To the advantage of our nation. Wow. Reading is very difficult today. I don't know. I got nothing. He believes his friendship with the physician of Atropatine could be put into use to increase their opinion of us. All that we'd have to do is send some of our wealth his way, and he'll try to improve our reputation in Atropatine. I mean, do we care? I don't think we care. I'd rather have the gold. I want to build this city. Like, that's very important to us. We're going to have our farming settlement done in 105 days. That is absolutely wonderful. Once that is done, then we'll be able to finish up this mission here, getting ourselves... I mean, that's only 10 years of 20% local monthly food modifier, but that's still pretty good. We can work our way down Granary of Armenia as soon as we... That's a lot of gold. That's a whole lot of gold. No doubt about that. The city here will be finished soon enough. And we're ready to go on this city. Actually, we're short on political influence. That's kind of a good thing, a good problem to have, that we have more gold than political influence right now. That means we're improving our economy. That means that we can start investing some of this excess gold into additional things, right? Like, for example, the 2 granary buildings that we need down over here once we're done with getting the city built here in 12 days. Those are all things that we could do. We could also work on building, well, things like mines, building farming settlements. Those would all be things that would be absolutely fine to do. Okay, Thospia has become a city. Perfect. So we know that we need 2 granaries here. So we're just going to immediately queue those up. Beautiful. We're also going to need 600 gold. And of course, the granaries aren't going to help with the gold. They're going to give local civilization level. They're also going to give provincial food capacity. But overall, they're not hugely useful other than being able to store the food that we're producing over here, right? So that's mostly what's going to be going on there. And then we're going to need this to be the capital of the province of Vesperakun. I don't know. I got nothing. But we're going to need this to be the capital. And to do that, all this would do is lose loyalty. But it's coming back up. So that's wonderful. We can immediately do this. And so we shall. Now, we could do bread and circuses and bypass Granary of Armenia, but we're not going to do that. I want to do Granary of Armenia. So we're going to need the gold for that. That's okay. And so we're not going to do bread and circuses. Now, we do need 50 political influence. And that's about 7 months away. We're going to need 200 gold as well. That's fine. We'll get that all underway. But we're going to want to start working on our macro building pretty soon here. Building ports in locations where we can, and mines in locations that we can. Settlement buildings are, for right now, going to likely be the focus. We could build some slave estates. We're probably not going to build many barracks at all. Right now, we're not too focused on that. We might change to it a little bit later on. But for now, I want things like mines and farming settlements. Those are both very important. Well, right now I think the mines are more important than the farming settlements, now that I think about it a little bit. We don't really have any food issues right now, especially with this breadbasket going on down here. Tribesmen, I'm not too concerned about. Provincial legations, again, I'm not too concerned about right now. Nor am I too interested in ports currently. Mines are currently the way to go. Cool. Now, I'm not going to queue one up at this exact moment, because this gold is in fact earmarked for this city. But we'll just get this going in just a moment here. 2 months at this point. And we're going to have the gold and the political power at exactly the correct time. I like it. If I've done my math correctly. I believe I've done my math correctly. Yes, I have. Perfect. So the same month, they both arrive at the destined positions. Beautiful. Yep, go ahead and do that. So we're going to lose the barracks here, but that's fine. And we'll get that city constructed. So that will allow us to complete expanding the miner workforce, I believe. One of the following must be true. We'll need 600 gold for it. 600 gold is a lot of gold, but that is a lot of slave population as well. So that's good to know. It seems Arsham Paliperchid has gotten his hands on a lot of wealth, as he has started investing a great deal of silver into building a reputation for himself lately. Though it is unclear exactly where he found these riches, his efforts are surprisingly effective. With his increased popularity, Arsham has started vying for a more powerful position in Armenia, shamelessly comparing himself to our king, Orontes III Orontid. We'll gain some tyranny and take his gold. Cool. We'll happily take that. I like it. It's not a huge amount of gold. It's like a month and a half's worth, but that'll do. We'll happily take it. So for this one, we need 2 training camp buildings here. Okay, so training camps are this. That's 160 total gold. Cool. I mean, manpower and civilization level, sure. For now, we're just following the mission. We'll start breaking off of the missions fairly soon. But, oh, this guy is offering us money in exchange for protection. We happily take that. Fantastic. We're going to build a training camp. And we're going to have enough gold to build a second training camp here quite soon. So that will allow us to finish this and expanding our trade over here. Of course, we need new trade routes in our capital. That's going to be a little rough, and that's 500 gold. And then this one we can just get started on as soon as we've finished expanding our trade. Sounds good. So we're actually very close to getting this done. What we need now is 1,700 gold. The Cappadocian Civil War has ended. The bitter civil war in Cappadocia has finally come to an end, with the loyal forces of Ariarathes II, Ariarathid, utterly crushing the rebel armies led by Xanthippos Alkidid, I'm going to go with, and his scheming cohorts. The siege of Mazaka was a turning point of the war, when the loyalist forces stormed the walls successfully, despite horrific casualties. Our messenger suggests that we should be glad to see our friends in Cappadocia victorious. Perhaps we might once again open channels of communication and offer assistance in retaining control of their nation. Indeed. So if we look at that is this guy here, we could ally with them. But I'm not going to. We're just going to leave that be for the time being. And we do need to construct a second training camp over here. As soon as the month tick happens, we will be able to get that going. And yeah, at this point, we just need like 1,700 gold beyond this 80 that we're about to spend. There we go. 1,700 gold. That's a lot of gold. I think that we go for expanding the miner workforce first. That's going to be more important. Yeah, overall, that's going to be extremely important. But I think all we're going to need is the 600 gold. But just having the 9 additional slave population out over here is going to be a big deal for us economically. We are up to 15.46 income, and that is continuing to climb. So that is absolutely wonderful. So we can't really go on a spending spree just yet, because these are very expensive missions, for sure. But I think we take expanding the miner workforce first, and then down to prospecting in Siunic. So that's going to be 1,100 right there. And we'll see what we actually find there. If anything. That'll definitely be interesting. This one we're going to be able to finish up here in just 65 days. And we do gain a free province investment, which we can actually put into expanding trade in our capital. So that'll flow nicely. That'll save us a decent amount of, I believe it's political power? Yes. It is indeed political power. And quite a lot of it, in fact. So we're pretty locked in at this point. If we want to get this mission done quite quickly, we're pretty locked into just chilling. Although we could theoretically think about attacking somebody like up here. I'm not sure what our mission structure has us go after. So that'll be interesting. Now, this should be completable. And indeed it is. So there we go. That gives us a free province investment, which we will immediately put into our capital here. Up over here. And we're going to do this. Beautiful. So we'll get that underway. That'll get us a new trade import route. And we need a total of 3. Okay. So that's going to cost us a total of 160 political influence. Combine that with the fact that we need like 10 times the amount of gold that we have right now. And even then, that's still not enough. We have less than 10% of the gold that we need. This is going to be a little bit, but I don't expect it to take as long as it feels like it might take, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Now, I am interested in potentially going to war. That's impassable there. But I'm interested in potentially going to war. If we were to declare on these guys, we don't have a CB. So we would need a CB, obviously. And we need political influence to fabricate a claim. So that's all it's saying. There's battling going on over here. That's okay. For right now, I think I'm reasonably content waiting it out. This is, after all, a mega campaign, and we do not have to be in a hurry. I want to get this economic stuff done early so that we're that much stronger later on. Sounds good to me. So we're saving up the 600 gold here now, and we're saving up the 160 political influence in total that we're going to need to finish up this tree. Getting the 600 gold invested into the miner workforce here will involve quite a lot of increase to our monthly income, so that'll be good. And prospecting over here will hopefully be a decent amount of increase as well, but that's going to take a little bit longer to pay off. There's no doubt about it. We are a third of the way at this point, over a third of the way to the 600 gold. So that's good. We are making a decent sum per month, 15 gold per month. Our stability just increased because of the commercial ventures. Cool. And we've also gotten our trade route over here. Beautiful. So if we look at the missions, I just want to make sure, yes, that did count. Perfect. So we are 60 months away, that's 5 years, from our next investment. And then beyond that, 80 months. So we're looking at over 10 years at this point before we have these investments in here done. Maybe we can get additional political influence. But for now, it seems reasonably fine. We have increased our treasury income dramatically. I do want to increase our research ratio. That's going to be fairly important. We can call down an Omen right now, and we're still working on our civic tech investment. That is still something that we want. So we'll work on that, and tech-wise, let's take a look at our technology. That's over here. It's a long ways away. Ooh, refugees. Yes, we accept them. We will happily bring in additional people. More population means more income, and they will eventually be assimilated. We're taking the long-term approach here, right? So, hello, pause menu. They will eventually be assimilated, and we're about to get our city built over here. Fantastic. So this is now a city. I don't believe that we need any constructions in there, do we? No, we do not. Currently. We're going to build things in there, for sure. But right now, according to the missions, we don't need that. So all we need here, I believe... Yes. All we need here is the 600 gold. We have half of that right now. So that's wonderful. Do we want to cut our wages? Our wages are actually pretty expensive right now. They're costing us 5 per month. Monthly corruption of plus 0.25. That would only save us 1. I don't think the corruption is worth it. We'll just chill here for the time being. That'll be fine. Research point reduction and national slave output. Yeah. So I do want to deal with our wages a little bit. I want to be making more money. There's no doubt about that. But we're well on our way to making more money. This guy is currently disloyal. That's okay. We've received word from local officials of the province of Armenia Majoris that several important provincial food stockpiles have been looted by malcontents owing to the contempt for the government across the area. Is that our new area that we just took over? No, that's Iran. Okay. It seems they hope to make tensions worse by forcing a hungry people to action. In any case, it will not be cheap to replace the stolen goods. We can replace the stockpile. Spending 2,000 manpower. I don't want to spend political influence here if I can at all help it. We could make our governor pay for it. This is actually the guy who's already disloyal. Cool. He pays for it. Perfect. We're not paying for that. That's his own fault. I like it. We may want to think about removal of this fort. At least for the time being. I'm kind of in, like, Europa mode right now. Auto-cap does have an effect on that landscape, for sure. Like, forts are much more valuable in Imperator than they are in Europa. But at the same time, we are paying 1 gold per month in fort maintenance. And we have, what? 2, 3, 4 forts? So that would be like a quarter per month. Oh, our friends are calling us to arms again. It's a defensive war against a revolt. We accept, and who are they actually fighting against? Well, we know it's a revolt. Ah, it's these guys down over here. Are we even going to show up? We'll keep an eye on it. I don't think they really need our help, though. I think they've got this. It's only a 2k stack. Like, that's not a problem. Unclear which side will win. Fair enough. We'll see if these guys pivot over. They should have. Nope, they're not going to. But actually, the rebels are winning. Okay. The forces of Colchis have sacked the temple dedicated to Mithra. That's rude. We'll remember that crime. For sure. Iberia is up here attacking. That's okay for now. Okay, well, we are 2/3 of the way to the gold that we need to invest in our mines over here, so that will be wonderful. That's going to be pretty easy to get next episode for sure, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to wrap up, hopefully. I doubt we're going to wrap up all of these missions, but we're going to wrap up a lot of them. And then we'll be able to start doing our own investment as opposed to the mission investment, and that'll be nice. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.